Hello everyone, this is Jessa Wild. Welcome to the last half of September reading from September 19th to October 3rd for the Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Leos, I hope you guys are doing great today. I have gone ahead and cleansed and shuffled these decks. I will be drawing a 10 card spread for you to give you sort of an in-depth look at the upcoming 2 weeks. I'm going to be drawing from the Light Seers Tarot deck by Chris Ann. For clarifying cards, I'll be pulling from the Modern Witch Tarot deck by Lisa Sterrell, and then I will be getting a final message from Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Oracle deck. So let's go ahead and get into your reading, Leo. Holy Spirit, Spirit Guides, High Vibrational Ancestors, and Angel Messengers, what message do you have for the Leo collective? Thank you. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. We start off, Heart of the Matter, Ten of Cups. Gorgeous. What messages do you have for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? The King of Wands in reverse. I don't always read in reverse unless I feel led to do so. So just for those of you who aren't familiar with how I read. We have the Hierophant. I'm going to see if this pops back out for you. Actually, I'm being told to take it. Let's go ahead and take the Hierophant. The root cause. Interesting. What messages do you have for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? I want the bottom of the deck. Thank you. Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, this booger keeps coming out. Leos, don't know what to do with the Seven of Swords. Can I please have a message for the Leo collective? What is their goal? Thank you. We have the Queen of Cups. And what sits on top of that is a Seven of Wands. Okay. 2 major arcana. We have death and rebirth as your goal. I mean, not your goal, but what you are moving towards. And what sits on top of that is strength. How is Leo showing up in this reading? How is Leo showing up the next 2 weeks? Thank you. Have the World. That's nice. I also have the Page of Cups. What are the external influences that are affecting Leo's world right now? The Four of Wands. And what are Leo's hopes and fears? A whole lot of cards. I'm taking the Devil here and the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. I'm just going to show you what other cards popped out. These 2 cards came face up, and so I just felt strongly led to take those cards. But we'll see if any of these other cards, because it's too many, come up for you. 3 of Cups, the 7 of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the 5 of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Knight of Wands. So let's see. Okay, so now we know they're shuffled in there. Can I please have an advice card for Leo for the next 2 weeks, September 19th through October 3rd? What's the advice that you have for Leo collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the next 2 weeks? Thank you so much. Page of Wands as your advice. All right. A lot of cards in your spread right now. Let's see. Let me take these cards in. Interesting. So the overall situation, what's at the heart of the matter right now, is the Ten of Cups. This is a card that is like, you are vibing high. I mean, to the point where people are just seeing you shine. They might even say like, wow, you're glowing. It's like joy is just almost spilling over from you. I'm already hearing someone be like, not my reading, not for me, not feeling that way at all. So hang tight. Let's see where this goes, right? What I would say is, because this is at the heart of the reading, this could also indicate something that you're working towards, because this is happy home, happy family, you know, all of your, just being very joyful. It's like all your emotional cups are filled, are full of love, of joy, of peace, of comfort, of goodness. So if you're not feeling this way, this could be something that you've been thinking about, because it's something that you are, you know, really wanting for yourself, and something that you're really wanting to attain. So take this as it resonates, okay? What we have as the obstacle is the King of Wands in reverse. The King of Wands in reverse is someone who is bossy, someone who is self-righteous, who is intolerant of others, who's impatient, someone who is arrogant and insensitive, who's, you know, quick to start a fight, quick-tempered. And if you are wanting to, you know, if you're like, this isn't me, because I feel like this might be you. You might be having moments of behaving like a boss, you know, or like not in a great way, behaving like a tyrannical boss, of someone who's not being very patient with others, who's being overly critical, who's being like very quick-tempered. And you might be feeling like, that's not me. You know, I really want to cultivate love, and I want to be giving love, and I want people to see me as shining bright and being high vibrational, and like, so why do I keep doing this? Why am I fighting with, like, you know, with this sort of shadow side of myself? The root cause of this is because it's like something has happened where you've been called, you either have leveled up, you've committed to something, you've committed to a project, you have leveled up in work, you have committed to a relationship, and it's essentially you've been called to, you know, to level up. It's time. You said yes to whatever agreement this was. You said yes to learning something new. You said yes to this greater responsibility. You said yes to some kind of institution, whether it's a church, whether it's a committed relationship or marriage or something like that, or to learning, advancing your career, advancing your knowledge in something. Being a public figure, you've said yes to these things. This is the root cause. And because you said yes to this, you may not have expected that, like, I feel like you thought you were going to be showing up in this role, Because look how happy and joyful this person is. Like very wise, very enlightened. This person is a mentor. This is also the card of Taurus, so you might have some Taurus in your chart. I'm sorry, not Taurus. Yeah, Taurus. I feel like when you said yes to this, because this is the root cause of this situation here, of your obstacle in the reverse, I feel like you thought and you envisioned yourself showing up as the King of Wands in the upright. Someone who has strength, someone who's charming, someone who's ambitious, who's a leader, who loves a challenge and can get stuff done. Whether this is a relationship or if this is work. Someone who's really inspiring, where people look at this leader and they say, wow, I'm like driven to help in the pursuit of this person's goals. Like their goals and what they're working towards, those are now my goals. I'm taking that on too, because I want to be a support to that. And like, that's how you envisioned yourself showing up. But instead, here you are, coming across as someone who is a bit bossy and self-righteous. And, you could be pushing other people away. And that's not you. You're loving, you're kind. And it's like, I feel like you're thinking about, how do I share and show, share my cups of love? How do I share my compassion with other people while still being a leader and still getting a job done, or still being confident in my relationships, but also and passionate in my relationships, but also not being self-righteous or inconsiderate or impatient. This is a hard message, Leo. In the past position, we have the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords, someone or something or people or a situation that was underhanded, that was sneaky, that was, went behind your back. Maybe something was said about you, there was gossip, perhaps something you felt was stolen from you or taken from you. Someone might have been in your inner circle that you didn't feel like you could trust anymore. And because of this, because of whoever this was in your past that stole something from you, or did something underhanded to you, or said something about you, it's like, because this isn't resolved, there's defensiveness, being not trusting others, feeling like you have to stand your ground towards something, or feeling like you have to, like you have to prove yourself in some way. And like you can't, like you're always questioning the people around you and their motivations and their intentions. Like, is this someone that I can trust? I don't know if I can trust them. And so, is this person going to, do harm to me? So you might say something without thinking. You might start, an argument. You might not be listening like you think that you are, because you're too emboldened to say something that is insensitive. So I feel like you're just not quite seeing things clearly as they are because of some kind of past hurt. Your goal is to be the Queen of Cups and the Seven of Wands. To be able, the Queen of Cups, again, we have this Cups energy, right? 10 of Cups, Queen of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is a very nurturing, motherly type figure, male or female, who is highly intuitive, who is very empathic, who is very sensitive to other people's thoughts, feelings, and emotions, who doesn't need to look. She's looking up. She's completely open. Her heart chakra is open. Her third eye chakra is open. She's looking up to the sky towards her crown chakra. She trusts her instincts and her intuition. She leads with her heart. And this is your goal. Like exactly what I was saying earlier. It's like, this is how you want to be. She's also a leader, and has authority, and she is respected. But it's not something that she has to demand. It's something that just is. Simply because she's like the benevolent queen. And people love her and respect her and revere her and see her as someone that they can go to with any sort of situation and know that they will be respected, that they will be, that they're in safe company, that they can share their ideas without fear of being rejected or, yeah. And what sits on top of this Queen of Cups is the Seven of Wands. Now, the Seven of Wands is about defending your position, but you see here, she is completely zen. She's like, no, you can come at me. You can try and take my position. You can try to, tear down my ideas. You can try to whatever this is, but I'm going to sit here in stillness. Like both of these people are being completely still. What is this? Her sacral chakra is just very balanced, trusting your gut, listening to your gut. Your actual physical body is speaking to you. It's like not allowing other people to put you into a place where you have to be defensive in an unhealthy way, or in an unattractive way, or in a way that repulses people, but in a way that is standing your ground because you are confident in your choices and in what you're doing. And this person doesn't even have to look at these people coming after her. She didn't have to pay them any attention because she's doing her thing. And she's not even putting any energy out towards them. She's in this bubble. Her energy is protected. She doesn't have to pay them attention because she knows that the work that she's doing is good. So she's defending herself in just by showing up every day and doing the good work and proving herself that way. So what you're working towards is this rebirth, is a death and rebirth, reinventing yourself, being able to step up into answering this call, saying yes to this, and showing up as the King of Wands in the upright, as the Queen of Cups as well, as two leaders, the King and the Queen. So it's like your goal is to, yes, show up as these two archetypes by reinventing yourself, by kind of starting over. It's like, okay, let me just take a couple steps back. Let me just shake myself off, shake that energy off, and let's start fresh. And to do that, it requires strength. It's about taming that lioness or lion in you, that beast within you, gently. The Strength card tames that beast gently, and it's the beast inside of you, and it can also be something that's happening in your external world. This is what you are driving at, or where you're heading. This is your goal, is to be this and show up in this way. But it's like, this is, if you do this work, it's like, this is what will happen. You will reinvent yourself. You will tame that beast. and you will show full courage and strength in doing that. You're showing up as the world, so completion. This cycle is over. You know, you really are this, you have so much love to give, so much joy to share. You know, you really are this empathic person, this Queen of Cups. You know how to take care of business with like a calmness about you. Otherwise, you would not have been given the option to level up. It's like, this is just, you know, this is just a season. This is just something. King of Wands in reverse is just sort of a hiccup, right? It's an obstacle, but it's not the end. It doesn't mean that it defines who you are. So things are coming to a close. You're completing this cycle because you've recognized how you were showing up. And not everyone does that. Not everyone's able to really look at themselves and be willing to make that change, to reinvent themselves. Because it does take courage, and it does take, you know, it does take work. But this is coming to a close. That's done. You're done with that. You're ready to be the Queen of Cups. And you're also showing up as the Page of Cups. So you're ready. Your goal is the Queen. You've completed a cycle of being the King of Wands in reverse. And before you can get to the Queen of Cups, before you can reach this goal, you have to start somewhere. And so you're going to start as the Page of Cups. You're going to take a baby step. You're going to put out olive branches. You're going to be kind. You're going to be compassionate. You're going to be a little bit demure. And you're going to be very receptive because the page is a student, someone who's learning. Someone who's full of ideas, someone who's very creative, who has tons of ideas that people really like and want to support. And the Page of Cups is so lovable. So take those, allow this to just drop off to the side, close that chapter, and take a baby step and start showing up as a Page of Cups, showing kindness, extending olive branches. Your external influences is the Four of Wands. It's the time to celebrate. Or there's celebration happening around you. This could be, I mean, fours are completing a cycle, are some kind of completion. So usually there's a celebration after an event has happened. So if someone has graduated, then you celebrate the graduation. If someone has just given birth, you celebrate the, giving the birth. Or, if someone just got married, you celebrate that. So if you're completing a cycle and you're reinventing yourself and stepping into something new and putting out an olive branch, I feel like acknowledge that and celebrate the person that you truly are. Embrace that person, celebrate that person, speak life into that person. Give yourself, some positive self-talk to remind yourself, like, this was just a blip. I'm not the King of Wands, like, blah. That was just like, okay, that was just a little part of me that, a shadow side that came out. That's not who I am. So start speaking life to yourself, start giving yourself self-affirmations of who you really are, of who you want to show up as. And just celebrate that and believe it, and like literally dance around. Fill yourself with joy. If you want to give joy to other people, if you want to be positive and encouraging and inspiring to other people, then you've got to pour that into yourself as well. For hopes and fears, we have the Devil and we have the Wheel. You could be fearful that you're going to remain in bondage to this sort of shadow side of yourself, this tyrannical side of yourself that isn't really you, but that that you're capable of, because you are the lion, right? So you can be ferocious. It's a part of your character, but you're also a leader, and you're regal, and people follow you, and you can be very cuddly as well. Cut to cute YouTube videos of lions. Anyways, so it's like, this is a fear of yours, is that you won't be able to move away from this energy, that this will keep rearing its ugly head up. But your hope is that you can balance, you can find that balance, and that things are going to start to turn in your favor. That your hope is that you're going to be the best version of yourself every day in all your relationships. And I believe that they will. I mean, strength also, this is a card of Leo. And your card has come up. Because we have Scorpio here, we have Leo, we have Capricorn, and we have Taurus. So you might have some of those signs in your chart. You don't have to, but something to keep in mind. Obviously, Leo. And then the advice card is the Page of Wands. Page of Wands is go for it. Go for it. You have all the energy that you need to be the Page of Wands. Yes, be kind. You know, you're showing up as like, okay, I'm choosing to be kind, and then take those baby steps. But also, you know, trust that you have these big, beautiful ideas. You have all this creative energy to make things happen. And so take that creative energy and just, you know, again, look at this again. Wow. Here we have the Page of Cups and the Queen of Cups. Right? Here, I'll lay them out like this. Page of Cups and Queen of Cups, and we have the Page of Wands and the King of Wands. And so what was I saying before? I was saying, okay, so you have to take that first baby step if your goal is the Queen of Cups. If you want to turn this obstacle into an opportunity for you, if you want to turn the King of Wands around and show up as a King of Wands as well, and so that your opportunity is inspiring people, then the advice is to baby step as well. Because it's the page, it's the knight, it's the queen, it's the king. That's the order. So it's like, okay, we're gonna just level up, and we're gonna take all the little steps that we need to take to get to this place, to be that leader that you want to be in a relationship, or in a working environment. So that's your advice. Trust your creative ideas. Trust that you have, that you're inspiring. Share those ideas with other people. Be kind to other people. Listen to other people's ideas, and and work on being respectful, even in the midst of your growing, because this is a young energy. This is something that's new, something that's budding, a budding talent, budding creativity, something that you're working towards. So it's okay to be the page. It's okay. You don't have to jump into that, and just being that king or that queen. You baby step your way into it. Because if you just jump over a whole bunch of steps to try and land in these positions before you've learned some lessons along the way, this will continue to be your obstacle. And that's not at all who you are or what you want. Wow, that's your message for you today, Leo. Let's go ahead and get one final message from the Work Your Light Oracle deck. Holy Spirit, Spirit Guides, High Vibrational Ancestors, can I please have a message for the Leo Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Can I please have one final message for the Leo Collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus? Thank you so much. Okay, thank you. I also want to take the bottom of the deck, the foundation, the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? What says on top of that is the age of light. You've been training for this for lifetimes, and trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? The crumbling. What are you clinging on to? What thoughts, feelings, emotions, attitudes are you holding on to that aren't serving you anymore? Are you clinging on to, you know, this hurt? It's time to release this so that you can level up and step into this. Allow this to fall. Allow this to, you know, release that and fall away from you. Taking baby steps. Baby steps of trusting others. Baby step, you know, always being cautious, but you know, you're the lion, Leo. So that's innately in you. But taking baby steps towards kindness and towards trust and towards being vulnerable will help you to release this and tear this down, whatever it is that you've been clinging on to that's, you know, that's created this as an obstacle. Then we have the age of light. You've been training this for lifetimes. So it's nothing that you have to force. You don't have to force your will, force your way, force your knowledge, force your ideas. It just simply is. Complete and total stillness, complete and total confidence and peace that everything's working in alignment, everything's divinely guided. It doesn't mean that work doesn't have to be done, it doesn't mean that you don't put energy towards something, but it does mean that it doesn't have to be pushed or forced, that things will unfold naturally as they need to in perfect timing, and that you know this. You don't have to feel like you have to defend your ideas, because your training will be evident to others. So you don't have to like sort of prove yourself, you know? And then trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? Would you show up as the queen? Would you share all your lovely cups of love and of compassion and of joy and of caring? If you knew you'd be supported and you'd be able to trust people, you wouldn't be surrounded by people who are there to do you wrong. Because we'll never know, right? This person, you know, people in the past have done this, that, or the other to me. And so I just can't trust anyone. Like, they have to earn my trust. But I'm just not going to give that away. And there's something to be said about that. However, there's something about being vulnerable as well. And if you're supported and you're trusting your intuition, you're listening to your gut, trusting your intuition, then it will help you identify the people that you really can be vulnerable with, that you really can be kind of let your guard down around. Yeah. These are your messages, Leo, for the next 2 weeks. I hope that you enjoyed them. I hope that it resonated with you. If it did, please give this video a big thumbs up. Please share it with anyone that you think would benefit from it or enjoy it. And I would love to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. I will also be posting for the first half of October in 2 weeks from now. And I'm thinking about doing a love connection reading as well. It'll probably be a pick-a-deck reading to start, and then that might evolve into individual signs love readings. So we'll see where that unfolds. But enjoy your day. I hope that you all have a beautiful and abundant day, and I will see you guys here again soon. Bye.